Hey, the artist we sit with here tonight on The Ralphie Show truly needs no introduction. However, I will tell you that her new single, You're Mine Eternal, is out now, and her new album comes out on May 6th. Mariah Carey, thank you for making some time for The Ralphie Show.
Thank you, Ralphie. It's good to be on the show.
How was your Valentine's Day?
My Valentine's Day was spectacular, darling. I had a surprise visit from my husband, who I was calling the new abandoner because I thought he wasn't going to be with me on Valentine's Day. But I prepared myself just in case. And he got me a diamond necklace that says the title of my new single, You're Mine, in diamonds, thus diamond necklace.
Awesome. Yeah. How do you choose what to Instagram and what not to Instagram, what to share and what not to share?
Well, I wasn't going to let the whole, I don't know if everybody saw this, a couple days ago now. It was my friend Brett, he made this. Well, just to be frank, I'll just say it. I'm going to say it. It's a bra, made of candy. Why wouldn't you? It's perfectly normal.
Yeah, totally.
And so we documented it just in case Nick didn't show, and then I could just say, hey, I tried.
But thankfully he did show, and so I'm sure that made your day. You go through a busy stretch regardless of what you have going on in your professional career at this time of year, because then your birthday's next month.
I don't have birthdays.
Oh, no?
No.
How does that happen?
Well, I just have anniversaries.
I
decided to do that.
Okay.
And I've noticed that people who decide not to have birthdays, they just don't have them.
Your anniversary in March, and then April's a big month too with them baby's birthdays, the wedding anniversary too. And so this is like a crazy time of year for you.
Actually, it really is a crazy, I wouldn't say it's a crazy time of year. I would say it's a very busy yet festive. We gotta say festive.
Yeah.
It's not, it doesn't flow very well the way that I just said it, but it's true. Because honestly, so the babies are 2.5 now. A little bit more, like 2 3/4. I don't know. I'm not a mathematician. In any event, the babies were. I went into false labor like 3 times prior to actually giving birth to them babies, and having twins is a totally different experience than having a singleton, as they say. And I learned all these new phrases being pregnant. It was quite the learning experience, I will tell you, Ralph.
Can't even imagine.
And you never have to, which is great. It just happened that April 30th, and we were shocked because I thought maybe they would come on my anniversary, which is March 27th. And the week of my anniversary, which would be the day that people might celebrate me being born. That's
a nice way to word it. Yeah, there you go.
Right.
Okay.
So Aretha Franklin, Billie Holiday, Sarah Vaughan, it's just Diana Ross, legendary
Something
women.
about that week in March.
There really is. And I was just, so many other people as well, but I'm talking true divas, and I didn't even know this until I learned from the one and only the Queen of Soul, Ms. Aretha Franklin. They're doing the show called Divas Live.
Oh, for VH1, okay.
Yeah, the first time they ever did the show. And I think it was really in honor of Aretha. And we were gonna do our rehearsal, and she didn't like something about the way they were dealing with the air conditioning. It's a singer, really a singer. And she said, no, we won't be rehearsing tonight, Mariah. And I said, okay. And then I said, I don't know what I said, but she was like the sense of humor, typical Aries. And I was in shock and awe that she even knew that I was an Aries.
Right.
Then I found out that we were in the same, within 2 days of each other.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So a festive time of year, and then in addition to that, you're working so hard to promote this new single and a new album that's coming out in May.
Well, really, I'm working so hard to make sure that, I'm still working on the album. Let me preface it by saying that.
Okay.
I added 3 new songs because I felt like the journey was not yet complete in terms of as a songwriter. And a lot of people don't realize that I do write and produce on my own songs. I collaborate. Collaborating, that's just something that's always been the most fun for me. I can sit alone in a room and write a song. That's not a problem, but it's more fun to go back and forth and create, just working with different people. So this album has a lot of that. I work with a lot of good friends, friends that I've known for years, like Jermaine Dupri, and then Rodney Jerkins. So many people. Hit Boy, who's couldn't be hotter, but he's also super duper talented. Like, nobody has any idea how talented he is. They do, but I mean, people will. I think he's going to be around for a while, and I can't even name everybody. But they're Big Jim Wright, who I worked on the Emancipation of Mimi with. We wrote a song called "Fly Like a Bird," and he's just an incredible musician. So I hope I'm not leaving anybody out, except for a lot of the collaborations like Wale, Nas. Nas has always been one of my favorite artists. So there's a lot of up-tempo, fun, happy moments, and yet there are those moments of like complete and total misery. For those who need a friend in miserable, I call it, I really do, I have my own little terminology, but I'm like, we need more of I feel the misery in that one. I'm gonna use that take because it's the most miserable moment. You need it. Did you ever just go through something and then like a sad song can actually help you get over that
Absolutely.
moment? I mean, you would think like put on a festive, happy song, but you're just not there.
No, not at all. And you binge listen to that song too.
Absolutely.
Which is the other issue.
Yeah, well, hey, there's several issues.
Yeah.
The thing is that I tried to make this album a journey, and I felt like I was ending on a note that wasn't quite, it wasn't completely representative of exactly what I was trying to say and what I was trying to just give to the world musically and for myself.
Are you there yet? Are you at the end of what you're trying to say?
I just have to finish mixing, mastering, vocals, but it's just that I added these new songs at about 2 months ago now.
Okay.
But there was a reason, and I'm really happy that I did. And also, I dislocated my shoulder, so I had to push the date anyway. I said, well, if we're pushing the date, I can sing. Even I was in a sling for a while. Now, thank goodness, I can move my arms. We're here. We're back. Almost ready to not have to deal with it anymore. But it's been rough. So I just wanted it to be representative of all the ways that I feel, and all the things I've gone through. Because the last time I released an album was like prior to having babies.
Right. Yeah, and so I think a lot of people had questions about this album cycle and the delay, and I guess you really just explained it all there. But do you think that's helped your message and what you're going to say and what you're going to release on May 6th?
I feel like anytime you go through pain and anytime you go through something that is a new experience, as a creative person, it helps in some way. That's just me. That's how I feel. I can't speak for everybody, obviously.
When you get in the studio and you collaborate with Jermaine Dupri, who worked with you on We Belong Together and Shake It Off, do you have that in the back of your mind, or are you deliberately trying to not recreate We Belong Together or Shake It Off?
Well, interestingly enough, we did not write this song, You're Mine Eternal, and a lot of people are saying, the new single. The brand new single, You're Mine Eternal, which I didn't give you your candy. Here it
Thank
is.
you.
You're very welcome. Them babies love it. They do never try to keep it away from them.
Right, yeah. Don't be feeding them too much candy.
No, that's Nick. Nick
right.
loves to give them the candy. I'm like, but you love the organic gluten-free lollipop. Yay!
Where do you even get an organic gluten-free lollipop from?
Oh, they have them. They have them. Gluten-free bakeries everywhere. It's just as good. It's really no difference. Anyway, what's the question?
Jermaine Dupri.
So Jermaine is the one who said he loved this song. He was like, I think you should release it. Same thing with Touch My Body, a song that was my 18th #1, full of gratitude to the fans for making that happen and to radio for the support. And really, that was just like, we were all sitting, I remember sitting in my apartment, and Jermaine was there, and he was like, I think you should go with that Touch My Body, because something about YouTube, because I say, there's a camera up underneath my best, like I just flick on YouTube. And nobody was really using that kind of terminology in their song.
Right.
Yeah, maybe a little, but not really, really. So he liked it because I said YouTube. I liked the song itself. I wrote that song with The American Dream. I'm not sure if you're familiar with his work, but he's a very talented R&B artist. And Jermaine could have been like, no, only our songs. Let's just do our songs. And that was after We Belong Together. So I think it was, I think he's very generous in that way, if you know what I mean.
Totally. Something that everybody is doing right now, and you spoke about this. I was on the radio call when you released Triumphant, and you were saying how you were just sick of all of the dance music that was out there. It was just, you just couldn't take enough, and you were promising, and this was obviously a year or two ago, that you were going to go in an R&B direction and stay true to that and just let the remixers kind of do their thing.
Yeah.
Because they've always done that, and your dance remixes have always done so well. Is that staying true through this album, you think, or no?
Yeah, I wouldn't say that I let the remixers just do their thing. I mean, there have been times when, I mean, even from the beginning of my career, where I was the one who told the label I would like to do a dance remix. Like, I'm talking way back when, with David Cole of Cole and Clavillis, who was, may he rest in peace. He was so talented, such an incredible piano player. He loved music. And we did some remixes that I forgot about. And my friend who was just in the room before, she sent me 1,000 songs from Israel. She's from Israel. She's now living here in America. And you know, so I listened to these records. I'm like, the hot EDM records are 128 beats per minute, and I'm like, you know, these records I'm listening to are like maybe one BPM different.
Right.
You know, so it's not like such a big difference. The only things back then, I would always re-sing my vocals, and with David Morales or Junior Vasquez, any of the people that I work with over the years, and so I look at it like, it's not that I dislike dance music, but there was a specific time when everything was just straight up techno, where really if you sang more than one word, it was like, you know, switch of the station. I mean, some people got away with singing more through those types of records, but for me, it's like, I'm not gonna say, I wasn't bashing it at all, but all I was trying to say was, I'm never gonna leave my love of R&B, and I'm not gonna jump on a bandwagon only. I don't really know how to express it properly, except for the fact that I love R&B, and even if I do a song that does incorporate dance music elements in terms of like a synth sound or something that people might not, it might be subliminal. People might be like, oh, there's something I like about that, but I can't quite put my finger on it. Mm-hmm. So it was difficult, because with this single, I was like, let me try to make Rodney Jerkins and myself, wanted to make a modern classic modern, I don't know how you say it. We wanted something that was very me, yet could also, like my 2-year-old
could have fit on a, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it would be, also, I re-sang it at 128 BPMs, mm-hmm. and it worked. And I added a line that really, I feel like a lot of those records are just what people are feeling. When they have singing, it's really what people are feeling at that moment. And whatever the enhancement is happening while they're listening, whether it's just like they're in a good mood, they're not, you know, it really, or they're not in the world's greatest mood, but they just need that release. So I think music saves people, and all different types of music saves people, and I don't want to say anything negative, and of course I will cover the dance market. And I think that this, when I re-sang the record, I was like, I like this, like I really do, as long as the chords are something that, you know, I mean, the remixers can change them and do whatever they want, mm-hmm. and hopefully I enjoy it, but the one that I sang, I re-sang to my original chords. I just made sure it was the right tempo, and I added a couple of words here and there.
Jump Smokers and Jermaine Dupri as well on those. All right, so the album, May 6th.
Yes.
No title though, right? Yet?
Oh my, in terms of like doing anything, I was like, the last 2 days I needed some sleep. We got some sleep, and now I'm gonna contemplate the album title. I was so upset when they leaked the title of the album, and I felt like, why? Like, why would you tell? You know, whatever.
So now we're going with a new title.
New title.
Before we wrap, how'd you get involved with this whole Tonight Show thing? What
Tonight? Oh, Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah, this is airing Thursday, by the way. So
yeah. Jimmy Fallon is gonna be a great Tonight Show. I feel like he's legendary. I mean, he's just such a good person. After you've been interviewed by so many different types of people at different types of shows, mm-hmm. And I'm sure as someone who interviews celebrities, you have your favorites and you have the people that you feel like a connection with. He's one of those people, he really does it all, like from behind the scenes. Those are his ideas. I sang All I Want for Christmas Is You with the Roots and a bunch of kids, and we just sang however, and it was fun. It went viral, and I mean, that was his concept. He's always coming up with really ideas that make people happy.
Last question. Next big music award show is the Billboard Music Awards in May.
Yeah.
32 awards on 89 nominations. Your first year you go there, you're up for 7 awards. You take home all 7.
Is that what happened?
It is.
It is.
And you were there too, I believe.
Yes, and I hated my hairdo. I remember it now. I had in a pink dress and my hair was up, and it was like neither here nor there texturally. That's what happens when you have curly hair and they start blow drying. They don't really know where they're going with it.
Really.
I went to beauty school,
Right.
cosmetology. I can't help it. That's how I remember it. I know I didn't like I didn't care for the hairdo.
That's
but I was
amazing.
trying. I mean, as a I was so young.
I know it was a
starting.
long time ago. That's probably one of your first award shows, and you were the star of the night, taking home 7 awards, and you immediately go back to your hair. That's interesting.
Well, because when I look at the picture, that's what I see. You know what? You get up on stage and you're in front of all these superstars. You can't believe you're there. And then you turn around and you're like, why did they do that to my hair? It took so long for people to figure out, like, well, she's got this curly hair. What do we do? And then some people were like, You don't want to know, Ralph. You don't want to know. You're good. Your hair looks great.
Thank you.
As a beauty school dropout, I can tell you that it's all looking fantastic.
Phew. Thank you, thank you, thank you. The new album is out May 6th. Your Mind Eternal is available now. Mariah Carey, thank you for the time.
Thank you.